Have you tried exercise? If you've ever had less than 100% perfect mental health, there is a very good chance that some well-meaning person has said this to you. There's an even better chance that some smug and not-so-well-meaning types have said it too. I'm going to take a wild guess and assume that this terribly helpful advice did not fix you. The problem isn't exercise. It is true, unfortunately, that any physical activity done with any regularity has the potential to improve your mood. It's not a miracle cure or an all-purpose substitute for other interventions. You should not, under any circumstances, drop everything else you've been doing to take care of yourself and give me 20. But exercise can provide focus, routine, comfort, and even a boost to physical health when it feels like everything else is going to hell. During the 10 years I worked in the fitness industry, I saw a number of clients who had depression and anxiety, and I witnessed the positive influence that our workouts had on their lives. I've also felt the mental benefits of physical movement for myself. I'm not a fan of big, sweeping statements about the power of fitness. I find that kind of overly plucky talk grating and alienating. But it's fair to say that discovering workouts that I enjoyed and regularly doing them has played a part in keeping me alive. And I'm not talking about their effect on my cardiovascular system. Exercise can help people who are dealing with anxiety and depression. But telling them that exercise can help? That's one of the most useless things in the history of fitness. And the history of fitness has given us homeopathic sports supplements, ab-toning belts, magic seaweed yoga pants, and kettlebell routines for stationary bikes. Have you tried exercise? Or perhaps even more inescapable, have you tried yoga? Is annoying and insulting. Of course you've tried exercise. It's not new. Its ability to boost mental well-being was not obscure or privileged information that had never been imparted to you before some rando decided that the best response to your struggles was, in essence, bummer, try jogging that off. It also completely fails to understand the crux of the issue. Most people who are dealing with conditions like anxiety and depression are already aware, often too aware, of the things we could or should be doing to make our lives better or more manageable. But knowing what you should do or even what you want to do and not being able to do it is kind of a big part of the whole being anxious and depressed thing. When I started researching the topic for my clients and myself, I noticed that most of the accessible articles and information involving exercise and mental health fell into that same trap. The fitness industry is filled with life hacks for depression, but most of it seems to be coming from a place of ignorance about the Cold War going on in the average depressed person's head. The introductions talk about how great exercise is for you, and then they jump straight to tips on motivation, routine, and the physical activity itself. Those tips aren't necessarily wrong, but when you're suffering, they're not realistic. Moving our bodies within their capabilities is a fundamental part of life. It can be a source of physical and mental well-being. It should be a source of joy. But so much of the information about how you can do it and the venues to do it in is patrolled by a culture that prefers competition, punishment, and shame.